Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9Volt Games, and today I'm going to do a review for these two. Is it backwards? Is it backwards? No. I don't know if it's going to go backwards. New equipment, getting used to it. Anyways, I was asked to do a review for these one-up arcade machines, so I'm going to. As you can see, I own two of them, so obviously I'm only speaking for the two units that I own. However, I do have a couple things that I want to add in about the other units. Kinda regret getting this one. I'll get into that after. But before I get into this review, I want to tell everybody that please go over to my Twitch channel and watch me. I stream every single night. And like 130 of you have already subscribed to me. I'm there every night. I stream every night. I can't guarantee the start time, but I'm always on by 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have kids, so it varies when I start, but I do stream every single night, and I usually do it for 2 hours or more. I'm finishing Lollipop Chainsaw tonight, so if you're interested in that, please come and see it. Alright, so right to these reviews. Now, my biggest pet peeve with these, and everybody else's pet peeve, is look at the height difference. One is on a riser, and one is not. So, unless you're 4 feet tall, or lower, you're going to want a riser, because that, you can break your back playing it unless you sit at it with a chair. I'm sitting in the chair that I actually sit and play Mortal Kombat with. I'm looking for a riser. The risers are about $60 after taxes and all that shit, depending on where you live. And the units themselves run $299. The 4-player models run $399. But I digress. So take the price and add an additional $60 because this is kid size, and these games aren't made for kids. Like, they're targeted towards kids, or towards us from when we were kids to share with our children now, but realistically, it's going to be you playing them a majority of the time. You need a riser. My other issue is, I scatterbrain right now, I don't even know if I just said it. This one came with a riser. I cannot get a riser for this one. I tried to find the actual Mortal Kombat 2 riser. It comes with the it's not decals, it's actually printed right on it. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be finding one of those. However, finding a regular, just standard riser is also hard to do. I cannot order one online because they're always on back order. How do they have so many machines and not enough risers? They knew when they made these that you would need to buy a riser, right? It's their equivalent of fucking DLC or a season pass. One-time fee, but still unnecessary. Just include them with the unit, you know what I mean? So as long as you don't mind eating the cost, I mean, you're already spending $300 on one of these units if you walk into a store and get it not at a discount. So, I mean, paying the additional $60 if you're already investing in one of these might not be so bad. It's inconvenient, most definitely, but I digress. That's actually for the physical, unit. The outside of the unit's fantastic. I'm glad with this one, obviously it came with Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and Ultimate 3. It's still designed on the outside as Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2 is my heart. That was my arcade game when I was a kid. I used to ride my bike to the fucking ice skating rink to play it. I used to go to the mall to play it. I used to go to the bowling alley to play it. I had 3 different places to go play Mortal Kombat 2. It was my life. I loved the arcade machine, and I loved the art that was on it. So as far as the designs, this one is fantastic. And this one's just my childhood. I mean, it's got the art for Ninja Turtles 2, or Ninja Turtles arcade game, but this one also comes with Turtles in Time. My son and I beat Turtles arcade the first night, and then the second night we beat Turtles in Time. It's obviously very easy. The game's on free play. You're not dumping quarters into it. It's just a nice run, through nostalgia. As far as the technical aspects of it go, people want to know, does it play exactly the way that I remember it? Yes, it does. It plays exactly the way you remember it, which is kind of a double-edged sword. Like I said, you're not dropping quarters into it, so it doesn't matter the fact that arcade machines were built to eat your quarters. So it's way higher difficulty than the ones you're going to play on a console version. But it's still fun to do. You really can't fucking die. You carry your score over, whatever. My big complaint in Mortal Kombat is they don't let you, any of the arcade games, really. I think if they're going to give you the arcade versions, they should let you play with the dip switches, and they don't. That's something from a technical aspect that I would like to play with, but not everybody cares to do it. They just want to pop on for 5 minutes And that's one good thing about this. Obviously, I played this machine way more than I played this one. This one I got mainly to play with my kids, because I got 3 kids, and there's 4 of them. My daughter has, I'm surprised she hasn't destroyed this. So I can tell you that the durability of these machines is awesome. My kids obviously yank the joysticks, and I haven't had any issues yet. And, you know, the excitement in my house with these, with my children, has died down tremendously, so they're not beating the shit out of the arcade machines, and they still work perfectly fine. Just to get them to stop climbing up and turning on the Ninja Turtles one, I told them that it's broken, and it's not. Yeah, but all these parts are replaceable. So that's the other good thing. If you have the know-how, you can buy replacement parts for these, or custom parts, the way you want. Custom buttons, custom bat tops, you can get the ball top, whatever you're used to for an arcade machine. I know that if you play Street Fighter, obviously you're going to get the Street Fighter machine. More about that one next. And then obviously the resolution on the screen is fantastic. It's crisp, it's not a CRTV, it's an LCD screen, it looks fantastic, everything's done through emulation. So, you know, if you fuck around with emulators, it looks like you're playing the PC version, updated a little bit to fit the modern standards. So it looks great. Biggest complaint right here. Oh no, shit! I was gonna have a huge complaint, and it's corrected. I was gonna say it didn't save your arcade records, but it does. I'm still number 1. Ah, Dad. I went from putting my initials back when I was a kid to just putting Dad now, just so my kids can know I'm number 1. Let's see. Oh yes. So is it worth your money? Are you a collector? If you're a collector, yeah, it's worth your money. If you have the funds, don't go broke getting these thinking it's like the Jesus of all the video game things. I collect a lot of clone consoles. I collect a lot of dedicated units. So as far as emulation goes, these are awesome. Here's the kicker. There's some kind of a pie you could put into these and make it into a giant arcade machine. Obviously, if you know what I'm talking about, you can pop a Raspberry Pi into these, and you can put a fuck ton of games on it instead of just having the 2 or 3 that come with a custom. So here's my dilemma. As much as I like this machine, I do wish that I had bought the Street Fighter one, because the Street Fighter one has the button layout that is required for almost every arcade game, right? So if you're gonna buy one of these with the intention of putting a Raspberry Pi into it to upgrade it, you know, so to speak, if that's your angle, try and get a Street Fighter one. That's probably why I'm having a hard time finding it. And this one's not so bad for popping a Raspberry Pi in if you want to put games on it like The Simpsons or any of the 2 buttons, because this one only comes with 2 buttons. The Mortal Kombat one does come with 6 buttons, but it's arranged for Mortal Kombat. So it's going to be awkward as hell if you're trying to play a Capcom fighting game, an SNK fighting game, or anything like that. But it does have 6 buttons for each side. So you can pretty much put any arcade game in that era on this machine, and it'll work fine. You can take any of the 4-player 2-button ones, like The Simpsons, and you can pop it on here, and it'll play just fine. I wish they had at least a 4-button layout with the 4 joysticks. I don't know if the Marvel one has it. They have a 4-player Marvel one. I didn't check it out. I didn't want to get it. I just wanted Ninja Turtles. At the time of me buying these, I didn't even look into if you could modify them yourself. I was sure down the line that I would be able to modify it. You know, and it's kind of an expensive thing to go around and fuck with. But now that I know how to do it and how easy it is, it's a no-brainer. So these things are fantastic. They play just the way that you remember them. For a little while here on Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, I thought there was a little bit of weird input lag, and I didn't know if that was just because they used, you know, not junk, but they used generic buttons and sticks and stuff. And no, I just sucked. I've been playing it a lot now, and now it's coming back to me like you know, muscle memory. So it's not so bad. Overall, I'm satisfied with these units. I didn't make myself go broke buying them, you know what I mean? It wasn't like I have a choice of buying, you know, something else and then this. Taxes, right? Taxes. So I got these, and I'm happy with them. I'm especially more happy because I have a lot of experience using a Raspberry Pi and modifying them and making cool things out of it, that I'm you know, I'm definitely getting my money's worth out of these. Granted, the thing I'm probably going to be playing most is what was traditionally on the arcade machine to begin with, but still, if you got the money, or you want to wait for a sale because these do drop down on sale, it's worth it. End of story. If you're into modding, you're into emulation, definitely worth it. So go on, check these things out. Tell me what you guys think about them. I'm surprised they took them out. They used to have them out for display so you could play with them, but I imagine kids were fucking them up royally. But like I said, my kids have been beating the shit out of this Ninja Turtle machine for a solid month, and it still works fine. I don't know. It's basically weighs out like, you want to eat that cost? I don't know. Man, see, this is hard to say. Like I said, I bought these with the intention of down the line I would modify them, and then when I got home with them, instantly I found out how easy it was, so I was more comfortable with the amount that I spent on them. You know what I mean? If you're a person who went to the arcade when you were a kid and you didn't carry gaming with you that much, and you're looking at something for your game room, it's a pretty fucking expensive decoration that you know you're only going to touch for a week and then never go back to. So just think about it realistically. From a technical standpoint, it's great. From a physical standpoint, it's great, except that you'll need a riser. But this gets my seal of approval for sure, and 7 years ago. Thank you guys for watching.